Kmart has been found to have breached privacy laws in its use of facial recognition technology in stores across the country. Our national technology reporter, Ange Lavoie-Pierre, joins me now from Sydney. Ange, what did the Privacy Commissioner find?
So, Gemma, the Privacy Commissioner found that Kmart's use of facial recognition technology in stores was indiscriminate, that it wasn't proportionate, and that it was done without consent. So this took place as part of a pilot over 2 years from mid-2020 to 2022, 28 stores around the country in every state and territory other than the Northern Territory and Tasmania, affecting tens or potentially even hundreds of thousands of customers, according to the Privacy Commissioner. Kmart has said that it argued with the Privacy Commissioner that it was not required to obtain consent because there is an exemption in the Privacy Act that applies when organisations reasonably believe that they need to collect this personal information to tackle unlawful activity. But the Privacy Commissioner ultimately rejected that argument, and what will happen now is that, there's an order for Kmart to obviously not continue with this practice. They did stop it in 2022 and they've cooperated with the investigation, so that's already the case. But they'll also have to, within 30 days, put up a statement on their website explaining their use of facial recognition technology and to also explain the ways in which they breached the law. They'd actually done this in the first place to try and catch refund fraud, to sort of catch repeat offenders and to prevent that impact on their business. But ultimately, the Privacy Commissioner did say that it wasn't proportionate to, that the use of FRT was not proportionate to the problem.
Yeah, and do we know how well facial recognition technology did work in, preventing refund fraud for Kmart?
Yeah, what's interesting about this is that the decision does say that the method didn't actually work terribly well, that it was, at best partially suitable for detecting fraud in stores, and that we don't have the exact figures because this information was actually redacted from the decision, but that it wasn't, it didn't catch much. It didn't prevent much. The dollar figure was quite low and certainly didn't justify that, scanning, collecting of that facial data, which is of course unique and treated in a special way under the law because of how unique it is. Having those cameras, having those systems set up at store entrances, scanning, collecting people's facial data, even if they weren't suspected of breaking any laws, of doing anything wrong, and also set up there at refund counters.
And what does this mean for the use of the technology moving forward?
Yeah, the Commissioner was pointed out in announcing this decision that this is not a ban on facial recognition technology. She made a similar finding against Bunnings almost a year ago for using facial recognition technology in 62 of its stores, although the facts of the case are quite different. But she said, there will be instances where it's appropriate, or it may be appropriate, to use facial recognition technology. People have a right to be safe. They also have a right to privacy. Sometimes those rights compete. Businesses, when they do use this technology, use these systems, have to be very careful about how they do so. And in this case, she's found that Kmart wasn't sufficiently careful.